Okay, in this video we're going to explore some of Photoshop's basic layers. So I'm just going to start by having this background image open, and you'll see straight away in the layers panel window that you've automatically got a layer called background which is locked. Now if I double click and open up another picture, and we've got this duck here, I just quickly drag and drop it across and just do a Control T to transform it and resize it. Whenever you drag something from one picture onto another picture, like the duck onto this palm tree, Photoshop automatically creates a new layer for it and places it on its own layer. And the other thing about layers is to think of them as pieces of paper that are just stacked up on top of each other. I'm just going to use the magic wand tool to remove this white background. There we go. And now if I want to make another duck, I can duplicate this layer. And you can use a keyboard shortcut for that, so you can do Control J and that makes a copy of that duck. You just need to drag it off so that you can see that second duck that you've got there. Just resizing it to make it a little bit smaller. So you can either do Control J, you can right mouse click on the layer, and then you can choose duplicate layer from this pop-up menu as well. But Control J is a lot quicker. So that will create another copy, so it'll give me another duck, and there we have that other duck there. Okay, what you can also do with layers as well is you can turn on and off their visibility. So I can turn on and off the visibility of each layer's content one by one. I can also rearrange the stacking order of these ducks as well. So currently this duck sits on top of this larger duck. That's because its piece of paper sits on top of the larger duck. If I grab that and just drag it down so it sits beneath it, you can see that the duck now goes behind the other one. And you can use this sort of changing of stacking orders of layers to create all kinds of effects. So I'm just going to work on the background layer here for the moment and pick up a selection tool called the Quick Selection Brush, and I'm just going to brush over this part of the palm tree, and that just makes a little bit of a selection there. If I now do Control J, it's going to duplicate just that selected area of the palm tree and put it on its own layer. So if we just switch to the Move tool, you can see that I have actually got a selection of the palm tree, a separate section. And what I can do now is I can place one of my ducks. So I take this top one here, I place that between the background image and the section of palm tree that I copied. Let's try that again. There we go, just get it in the right place. Now when I grab that duck, it looks like it goes behind the palm tree because it's really going between the two bits of paper. You can also name layers by simply just double clicking on the layer name, then changing it and giving it a name. You can also reduce the opacity of layers as well by clicking and dragging on the opacity word, and that makes the layer transparent, its contents, so it makes it see-through. You can also link two layers as well, so if I take this layer, hold down my Control key and select a second layer so that both of them are highlighted, I can now staple or link those two layers together. What that means is that if I move one duck, they both move together at the same time. If I take that link off, again both layers are highlighted, click the link button, now they move separately and individually from each other. One other great trick as well is to make sure that when you've got the Move tool, to make sure you've got a little tick in here for Auto Select Layer. That means all I have to do is click on the layer object here in the window, in my picture, it will automatically select the correct layer over here in the Layers panel window, allow me to move that or resize it or whatever I want to do with that particular layer. And that's a quick introduction to using layers in Photoshop.